Hello everyone, this is Cheryl. Thanks for popping in to my latest card video. Today I have a new set that I just got from MFT Stamps called Birth Yay. And I finished my color mapping on this stamp set a few days ago, and so I thought I would show you a card that I'm going to make with this set, which I just think is adorable. So here's my color mapping that I completed. And I have a couple extra cards that I already stamped, so I'm just going to grab one of those and I'm going to get going here. Okay, so in the upper left hand corner is a little clip art of the final card that we're going to make today, or that I'm going to make today, and I'm going to use primarily the large image on the right, and then I'm going to pick a few other images to use to coordinate with it. So I'm not going to show you in normal speed the coloring all throughout, because that would be a very long video because I'm kind of a slow color, but I'm going to start with the hippo and using some warm grays. I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see, and I will probably turn on some music here in a minute once I get into a higher speed to let you watch the rest of the coloring. But for now, I'm just going to start with my, I always go lightest to darkest with my Copic coloring. I don't know if it's just because I'm too chicken to start with the dark and then go blending in there, but I always feel like if you start with the lightest first, if you screw up, you have a better chance of being able to fix it. So here I am going into warp speed, so I'm going to turn on a little bit of music for you, and stay tuned for the next few minutes or so, and we'll show you how the card comes together. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, and here I am back. I did color an extra few images off camera. I changed my mind after the fact, and I just thought that I would need them, and so I didn't show you those, but that's pretty basic coloring. So here I am sticking everything down, the dies with my purple tape, and I'm going to cut all these out in one fell swoop, which is nice. And I do save my little tape pieces, so when I'm done, I'm going to stick them back all on the die cutting machine where I keep them handy for so I can use them. I'll use my purple tape 3 or 4 times before I'll just pitch it. So here I'm just going to pop these through the machine real fast, and I sped this up a little bit just because it's kind of boring watching me take the dies off. I just love, this is one of my favorite parts, so I just love how cute they look when they're all die cut. And it's very colorful. Kind of makes me happy. Okay, so I did some prep work off camera, and I'm going to walk you through the different pieces that I did. So I did stamp and emboss a sentiment from the same set, and on just black paper with using white embossing powder from Brutus Monroe. And then I used some pattern paper from My Favorite Things. This is a really good pattern paper pack if you like a black and white theme. And I used this die from the Greetery that I just got that I thought was really interesting and different, and I liked it. So I die cut that from black and white polka dots. And then to carry the polka dot theme throughout, I dry embossed a piece of Neenah Solar White 80-pound cardstock using this Tim Holtz polka dot embossing folder, which I use all the time. I love it. It's actually one of those really good staples to have in your supply kit. And then of course there's a 110-pound card base that I will score later. So here I'm going to just quickly show you the layout of what we're going to do here. And I do this just to reinforce it for myself that I like this is how it's going to turn out. And I'm pretty happy with it. So I'm just cutting down and putting a flag on the end of the sentiment, and I'm pretty happy with it. So I'm gonna dump it all off. And here comes the boring part. Sorry, my watch keeps dinging. And there's the doorbell. I'm going to have to pause and come right back. Okay, I'm back. Here I was thinking I'm all alone in the house, and I thought, oh, it's going to be a perfect time to do a voiceover because I'll be uninterrupted. And next thing you know, the Amazon driver shows up with all kinds of packages. And my birthday is Sunday, and my husband warned me that I couldn't go snooping through the packages that arrived. So kind of interesting to see what's there. But anyway, so here I am still, I'm just not a fan of putting little pieces of foam tape on. It's so tedious, but you have to do it. And it gives it a really good dimensional look. So it's worth it in the end, but it is tedious. I find it very tedious. And I'm kind of a hoarder of my foam tape. I save every little spare scrap of it, and I stick it back on the big wheel of foam tape that I have so that I can use it. And you know, oddly enough, I really find that I do use those scraps, and they're really handy to have around. And stuff is expensive, so I don't mind being stingy with it. I'm just putting a little bit of glue on the bottom of the hippo to tape him down because he didn't have foam tape on the bottom. And I didn't put any dimension on the present or the cake because I thought that the rest of the dimension was pretty good. And then I just thought it was really cute. The little Toucan Sam guy kind of looks like he's walking up the hill to get the cupcake, which I thought was adorable. All right, now I'm just going to score my card base at 4 1/4. And this is a nice heavyweight 110-pound, which is what I use for all my cards. And then I'm going to adhere that to the front. And the glue I use is from Lawn Fun, and it is my favorite. I just haven't had it ever clog on me or I love it. So that's what I buy. And there's Alexa going off. I'm just having all kinds of bells and alarms. Okay, so here's the finished card. And I love how this turned out. I did go ahead and color a couple more images and do some stamping on the inside, which you'll see in the next video. But this was a really fun card to make, and I love how colorful it is. And I think you could have it not even be for just adolescents or younger people, but pretty much anybody I think would enjoy getting this card. So that's it for me today. Thanks for watching if you're still around, and if you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you would give me a thumbs up or subscribe and let me know what you thought. Thanks. We'll see you next time.